running a P&P questionnaire and verification. Let's see, I've been running P&P for like, well, I'm 51, so 40 years. My first example into the P&P universe was my mom gave me $10, told me to go to the comic store and buy myself some comic book magazines. And when I went out to buy those comic books, I wanted to get the most that I could out of what I was purchasing. So I saw this like red box of comic books, and I was like, I'm gonna get that. The red boxes. Ended up that those weren't comic books. They were actually, it was a game. And when I tried to figure out what that game was, I read the player's handbook, which is what you were supposed to read first. Player's handbook. Great kitty. Wants to know what's going on. Anyway, so I read the player's handbook, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I went ahead and tried to get a game going on in the late 70s, early 90s, or early 80s. Didn't work out too well. Not many people knew about pen and paper D&D stuff, and those that didn't really want to play. So after a while, I decided to read the Dungeon Master's handbook. Okay, so nobody's playing, so I'm going to read how to play so that I can bring other people to play in. And that worked a little better because I learned how to play the game, and I could get a couple of my friends to play. And that is how I first got into gaming. And then, I would say I played a couple games of D&D and all that. And then the arcade hit in the early 80s. And pen and paper went out the window. No more pen and paper. It was more Tempest and Pac-Man. That kind of stuff. Really, really awesome. I mean, if you were there when that happened, just understanding the break between it was like a month, maybe 2 months of where it was just you and your imagination, and then stepping off into a place where it wasn't just your imagination, but like you could delve into somebody else's imagination, and it was fucking crazy. It was amazing. It was mind-blowing to go from the era of just not having anything to the era of gaming, being in that spot and seeing that spot open up